This is going to come as a surprise, but the Uncharted series is now 10 years old. Throughout that time, it has become one of the biggest Sony properties and one of the most recognized game franchises out there. The first Uncharted game, Drake's Fortune, was released November 19th, 2007 for the PlayStation 3, and was one of the many games that defined the console and really showcased its technical capabilities. What was great is that games like this, along with Heavenly Sword and Ratchet & Clank Future, is that they actually felt like a cinematic movie experience within a game. In honor of its anniversary, I have dedicated the month of November to this overview special. This is Uncharted's 10th year anniversary special. So, after the completion of the Jak and Daxter franchise, Naughty Dog began to work on a new IP for the PlayStation 3. When it was first presented, it didn't receive a warm welcome by fans, as many people compared it to Tomb Raider and weren't immediately impressed. But that quickly changed when the game drew closer to release, and now, like I said, it's one of the most recognized game franchises. To summarize what made it so great, I'll start from the beginning. The story follows a man named Nathan Drake, voiced by Nolan North, who believes that he is a descendant of the famous explorer Sir Francis Drake, and decides to go on a journey to follow his mysterious travels. After he requires funding from a journalist named Elena Fisher, voiced by Emily Rose, Nate finds Sir Francis's coffin to prove that he faked his own death. Of course, they find no body, but a journal that states that before his death, he discovered the fabled city of gold, El Dorado. At that moment, Nate and Elena get attacked by pirates, only to be rescued by Nate's good friend and mentor, Victor Sullivan, voiced by Richard McGonagall. So they travel through the jungle, solve a few ancient puzzles, climb around the ruins, and pick up more leads, all the while fighting countless mercenaries, as well as a few villains, who still have good voice acting and motion capture, but aren't the most memorable in the series. Our villains are Gabriel Roman, voiced by Simon Templeman, who isn't very memorable, but his partner, Atok Navarro, voiced by Robin Atkin Downes, is well designed, but admittingly the final boss encounter with him was poorly designed, to be honest. Finally, there's Eddie Raja, an Indonesian pirate and one of Nate's rivals, voiced by James Tsai. He's a very entertaining and well-acted character, but we sadly never learn much about the former partnership he had with Drake. With a fun cast of characters and enjoyable story, it definitely felt like a movie at times, inspired from films such as Indiana Jones and National Treasure. In terms of gameplay, it was a huge step up and provided the foundation for a very enjoyable climbing mechanic that many other games would try to copy. How this works is that Nate can climb on a stone wall while reaching and jumping for handholds and vines to swing across. Honestly, it's fun at times, but the biggest problem I have is that sometimes he won't grab onto a ledge and fall to his death, or simply drop from a vine when I wanted him to leap from it. Even though the platforming can get troublesome at times, it really opens up the environments for exploration, and when you find collectible treasures, it makes it very rewarding. Of course, there's a lot of cover-based shooting, and this works the best because the shooting and aiming is very responsive, and the gunfights can get pretty intense when enemies try to flank you from all directions. You can only carry one pistol and one long gun, as well as up to 4 grenades, and this effectively adds desperation to the gameplay. Stealth and melee attacks are present, but aren't the easiest to use at this time, but there are a few quick-time events that rarely appear throughout the game and will instantly kill you. Not cool, but luckily this isn't that big of a deal. There are a few vehicle segments to mix things up, and these are still fun and challenging. The next-gen environments are absolutely stunning. There are a lot of green forested environments and some really well-designed ruins that are perfect for large-scale gunfights. My favorite has to be early on when you come across a German U-boat on top of a waterfall. Even the soundtrack is mostly memorable and adds to the adventurous tone of the game, and I will admit that this franchise has one of the best title themes ever. What began as a rough and ambitious start for the series would soon lead to several great adventures in the future. I would tell you to play it, but I can guarantee that most of you have. What great lost treasure waits over the horizon? Join me next time.
Going somewhere?
Hey, Eddie!
Did you really think you could escape from what?
Oh, no, just giving the young lady the $10 tour.
Shut it! I bet you're working for them too.
What?
You thought you could set me up and keep everything for yourselves, hmm?
Damn it! This guy's crazy!
Eddie, take it easy, buddy.
Well, you're out of luck now! And out of road. Now, give me that map.
Hold on. All right, you got me, fair and square.
Hey, don't move.
Relax, Eddie. Just getting the map like you asked. I I said, hold on.
I am.
Well, hand it over.
Well, now, you told me not to move. Looks like you're gonna have to come get it.
Come on.